Hello, I'm architect Niraj Doshi. We got a small firm called Niraj Doshi Design Consultancy based out of Pune. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting project in a small town, Mahad. Mahad is a trading town which was developed on a Savitri river. Mahad being a very small town, it's very congested. All the streets are quite small, and in that the site was selected by the clients, which was almost like, if you know Lakshmi Road of Pune, so it's almost bang on the main commercial street on the corner. Thank God it was a corner, because otherwise you get only 20 feet facing towards the street. Because it's a corner plot, you get a longer side and one shorter side at least to play around with, but still a very narrow strip was as a site was given to us. And plus the whole that corner is facing southwest, so all the architects who would immediately realize that, or that's the corner of maximum radiation from the sun. So to design something nice on that plot and not to have all that sun radiation coming into the house was a huge challenge. So many times what we try to do in this scenario is you end up being a circulation core on one side or on the other side, where you end up having long passages for reaching all the rooms. Or maybe you can go to this with a central staircase, but in that same scenario you divide the whole mass into two parts, where your connection between the two side spaces is reduced a lot due to this central circulation course. So learning from again traditional courtyard houses, we decided to have a huge atrium which goes from ground floor to the roof, okay, as a space between two masses. So this literally a negative space is formed in between, which pushes aside two masses on either side. And on one side all the public spaces are organized, where your living rooms and kitchens and dinings, and then terrace, theater, and their office space, and a shop below. And on the other side all the bedrooms were literally on one above the other. So we have this huge space in between, and these public spaces and private spaces on either side of the volume. Now the staircase then was designed in such a way in adjacent to bridges, so both these volumes were connected by bridges on all the levels, and the staircase was running along the bridge. So you get this circulation space being the connecting factor between these two volumes. This project being in a smaller town, the workmanship, we were always worried about the workmanship that we will get, which it should be equivalent to the Pune standards at least. And still we were doing these bridges which were literally made out of steel tubes and glass blocks, so that every bridge will have a grid of a steel structure and the slab is all made out of glass blocks to achieve the sunlight passing through these bridges till the ground floor. So it was a mammoth task, of course. We had amazing fabrication contractors that did this all fabrication in Pune to the good standards, with our visits going to their showroom. All of this was transported in Mahad, lifted up, and then achieved between these two blocks, and these two blocks were done in RCC by the local contractor. So of course there was a huge tolerance differences which happened in between COVID time, so it was crazy challenge. Still we achieved it completely, so that whole atrium becomes really a fabulous central space, which was lined with this stone. We love this Gokak stone. We love this stone. We use this in most of our homes because it's got the solidity of the stone. At the same time, it's got a lightness in appearance. So it's got that permanence also, and still it does not empower on us as a heavy material. So it's got a balance of both. So that stone we used for the whole atrium, and then it was again punctuated with this lot of small windows which throws light into the main space. This whole space created a different energy in a house. So this did not even resolve the basic circulation, but the biggest success we achieved in this project was there was a huge communication between different generations, because there's from grandmom to their kids to kids have these windows and bridges, and the few bridges are wide enough to have a space, means a sofa set on it, so it becomes a space. So through this negative space, they communicating to each other, amazing. As I said earlier, the whole block of building is exactly facing southwest on the street side, so its main elevations are basically south and west. Hence the whole building cladding is designed in such a way that again it's layered with brise, which are vertical louvers, which will cut down all the radiation and still have a good air circulation. Mahad being it's a tropical kind of, it's humid most of the time because it comes very close to the sea, so that air circulation was extremely important, and to cut down the sun also was extremely important. So the whole facade is basically the composed window openings with the vertical louvers, which kind of gave a facade treatment. At the same time, we treated the whole building with a brick cladding. Actually, it was not actual brick, but the brick cladding also helped a lot to reduce down the temperature of the building, and it became like a second skin for the whole building. It stopped a lot of leakage issues also, because the rains are quite heavy there. And the most important part, of course, after the bridges of this house is its terrace. From its terrace, you see these beautiful mountains all around, and this building being the highermost building in the Gauthan, you have breathtaking views all around. So we literally converted their main terrace into a lounge, a library, and a beautiful landscape space, which literally becomes their main living space. So they always get all the guests through the lift to the terrace first, and they entertain them there, and if required, then they go down. So most of the times I visited that site, after finishing, we always had a tea or coffee on the terrace, and literally that terrace has become a talk of the town because it's almost like a lounge. For more such amazing projects, please visit and subscribe YouTube channel all about architecture. Thank you.